this is going to be another tutorial in Endorphin, one I get asked about a lot, and it's how to do a wrestling move. So let's get right into it. To begin with, you start with your guy in the center here, and the first thing you're going to want to do is start to pose him into a position to do a wrestling move. In this case, we're going to do a suplex. So you want to pick your pose rotate button up here on the top and start working on him here. This guy's going to be giving just a vertical suplex, so I'm going to start with hitting the right mouse button and locking his chest. That way my turning and stuff won't affect the rest of his body. And I'm going to start to put him in a position where he's going to be giving a suplex here. So something like this. I'll be grabbing the opponent's head. I'll start on this side, right click that shoulder to lock it. This one's going to be reaching across his body to grab the other guy's hip. You could also use the pose move here to make it go a little quicker. Lock his chest. Something along this lines. This isn't perfect, but you'll get the idea. I'm going to turn his head down a little bit, actually quite a bit. Okay, now you're going to have to do that on your own and to get to the position you want. I did one earlier and I saved the pose, which you should probably do. I'm going to load pose, Plex give. I'm going to keep them in all the translation and orientation, and that's the one I made earlier. Now, you're going to want an opponent in here, so you hit the add character button. I just use standard simulation character, and there he is. You want to move him off to the side so you can work with him here. Hit the camera tracking, keep your eye on him, and you're going to want to put him in the same position. Well, very similar position, just opposite. You know, same concept here. Alright, now what's good you'll see is he just do the same pose. Now what that might also help you, you could put this guy here on the left in the pose to give the suplex and save it and load the same one that this guy would have. I'll do that as an example real quick. I'd click on this character, load pose, and the Plex give, which is the same one. Now he'll be right on top of them. They're doubled up right now, but you'll see what will happen is it's almost the position you want. You just swing them around, put them into place, and you're almost there. Now I am going to load the one I actually made earlier for him, and that's Plex take. Okay, so we got this kind of situation. Now what you want to do is add a few things here. The guy giving the suplex, which I will, let's see here. No, I'll leave him as is. Okay, you're going to want to give him a constraint event to hold him upright, first of all. And I'm going to put it on his shins. And you're also going to give him an active pose in this position. So that'll hold him in that shape. Doesn't have to be too strong, just maybe, I'll put it on 8. Now the guy on the other side, you want to do the same thing. You're going to want to give him an active pose. The guy taking the move, hold him upright. I'll put him on 5. And a constraint event also, and I'll just leave it on his hips for now. The last thing we're going to want to do is put another constraint event on the guy giving it. And it's going to be his hand, hold control, select his hand to his hip. Probably his arm here to his neck, and I might do one more here. Might be overkill, but that guy's forearm to his neck, and all of these over on the right here, it's important. Change the lock, the type from lock to join bodies, and when we animate it here, they should hold up right. Now this is important too. You're going to want to let them fall at this point, just to get them out of the way when you start working again. Okay, they're going to fall out. Now, when you scroll back, the guy giving the move, which is this character, simulation character, at another active pose, and my phone's ringing, and I'll call back. Active pose, but move your timeline to the end here, so they're out of the way. Click on active pose again, and we could start to edit it. And what you're going to want to do is edit him into a position where he's giving the move. Arches back, move his arms upright. Move his head back. And this arm, move it up like he's giving a suplex. Very similar to that. That's not perfect, but luckily I made one earlier again, and I'll load it. It'll be, just gotta remember what the heck I named it. Suplex up, there it is. Okay, so there we go. That's the one I made earlier. I'm gonna make that active pose really strong. I'm gonna put it at 50 for now. And what you're gonna want to do is time it so when you want him to give the move, which will be about here, I'm going to need to add another veg trap, right click, and one here, pull the constraint of them holding like the hands to the hips and all that all the way up. You want that out the whole thing. Shorten his normal, his beginning active pose to the into this one is to the beginning of the new where he's giving it, and you're going to want to end this guy's active pose. Or, I'm sorry, constraint event, so he won't be locked in place. I'm going to even end his active pose a few frames afterwards. Now when we watch it again, he should pick him up and start giving him the move here. That's not too bad, actually. The only thing I'm going to do different here is when his momentum's still going, right at about at his peak, when that guy's legs swing up, I'm going to end his active pose, and the constraint on his shins I'm going to end. That way the momentum should carry him through until he lands on his back. There we go. Now I might have flew through a lot of this, but YouTube only lets me post 10-minute videos, so I can't get too detailed, but I hope you get the main idea. You're going to go through and tweak some stuff here and there. It's pretty neat. That's the best thing about Endorphin. One little tweak will really change the whole outcome of the maneuver. Like, for example, if I end, just for fun, I'm going to end the constraint where he's hanging on to his opponent halfway through the move, where it'll be like a release vertical suplex, which I don't even know if it's really a move or not, but nonetheless, it'll look like this. You see his hand come away from it. I could probably, yeah, he lets go right there of his hip. And last but not least, like the other tutorial, you'll see his hands flutter in there, right about here, that little hand's flapping. So that's because this active pose is at a strength of 50. So like my other tutorial, go to target joints, hold control and deselect his fingertips, and that'll get rid of that flapping of the fingers. Okay, I think that's about it. So I'm out of time, so I hope that helps a lot of you guys, and I'll try to make another one or two of these later, maybe with tables and stuff. But for now, that's about the best I can do. Thanks.
He's a ghost, he's a god, he's a man, he's a guru.